fellow DIYers. Today I'm going to teach you how I highlight my hair. I just want to start by saying that the reason that I highlight my hair is for the sake of time and also for the sake of money. I have two very young children that are not in kindergarten yet. We are paying bills for two kids to be in daycare, and times are tough. The economy, everything is more expensive these days. Our basement flooded last summer. We had to have all of our drainage redone, then have new flooring put in, and those bills really add up. So no longer did I have the time nor the money to spend upwards of $250 to get my hair done, and I have watched a lot of YouTubes. I find that Elle Bangs and BrittneeAlexus especially is incredibly helpful. I 100% credit that success to both of them because I am not a licensed cosmetologist. I have been working on hair for a really long time. I've been highlighting hair for my friends ever since I was in college, having pretty good success. I also used to work on hair for my nieces. They like to play around with a lot of fun colors. I've been doing updos for people for prom and dance performances and sorority formals ever since I can remember, probably ever since high school. So hair has always been a hobby of mine. I decided to not become a hairstylist though because I absolutely hate chemistry. There's no way that I could ever actually pass the chemistry classes to be a hairstylist. I cried through 8th grade chemistry when I was in school. So that is really not a career path for me. It's simply a hobby. There's been times that I have highlighted my hair while the kids nap or highlighted it after they've gone to bed. And then I can also take several days to do the process. So I can highlight one day, I can tone the next day. I can pick a day to do a root smudge. I can do a maintenance toner, or I can do a really strong purple shampoo on my hair in order to keep the tone of it. One important thing to note is that the trend of the very white, silvery, ashy blonde takes maintenance. Please do not think that you're going to highlight your hair or have somebody else highlight your hair and it's going to stay that way. Unless you have a really good filter on your shower, most people have some type of minerals or rust in their water, and that is going to eventually soak into your hair and cause brassiness. So if you're going to go that route with your hair, make sure that you have a very good purple shampoo and purple conditioner. If anything, if you can only afford one or the other, stick with the purple conditioner. So those are some very important things to keep in mind, that the ashy, white, silvery blondes do require maintenance. So don't waste your money unless you are committed to maintaining that look. All right, so we're gonna start off with our products that we need. Depending on your hair base color, tone, or how fast your hair processes, most people, if you're first starting out, I would suggest starting out with a 20 developer because it's gonna be much more gentle for your hair. I can tell you that my hair can be very stubborn. I'm probably gonna use 30 today. I don't know, I haven't really decided. I'm just gonna be very, very careful. You're gonna wanna get yourself some alligator clips. These are very useful for sectioning your hair. Hair ties will work good, but when you eventually have a lot of foils in your hair, you definitely wanna have some alligator clips to keep them out of your face and to keep them in place. A rat tail highlighter brush. I like these ones that are really, really thin. You're gonna want a pair of gloves because bleach burns your skin and it does not feel good. And a color bowl. Please do not use the bowl that you eat cereal out of to put your hair chemicals in. That's a bad idea. It's gross. I also go through and I pre-fold all of my foils before I do my hair. I find that to be much more helpful. You can always cut your foils to the size of the hair that you need. I like to get the extra long ones because I have long hair. And then you will need some type of lightener. You can certainly get one packet of lightener, and this should be enough to do your whole head. Because I am getting to the point where I feel very comfortable highlighting my own hair on a routine basis, I have invested in a tub of lightener. I don't remember how much this is, but I feel like if you buy in bulk, you're always going to save some money, and then you always have it. You don't have to constantly keep running back and forth to Sally's. Sometimes when I highlight my hair, I skip the toner altogether, and I just go with a really strong purple conditioning mask. This stuff seriously looks like Play-Doh. It is so unbelievably saturated. It is very, very dark. Very, very dark. Sometimes I will mix this with a purple conditioner that is a little bit lighter, just to kind of spread this out and make this go longer. This alone I think costs about $11, but it is very concentrated. You can mix it with other conditioner, and this is going to help maintain the tone of your hair. Last but not least, you need a t-shirt or a tank top that you don't care anything about. This is just a crummy top that I've had. It has bleach stains on it already, so definitely do not highlight your hair in clothes that you care about. I get really hot easily in my bathroom, so I am not going to be wearing a towel over my shoulders. I will just like have a heat stroke and die. So we're going to get started. All right. First, we're going to put on our gloves. Okay, always read the directions. This says to mix it in a ratio of 1 to 1.5 up to 1 to 2 in a non-metallic bowl. So I'm going to do a 1 to 2 ratio. I tried 1 to 1.5 and it was really pasty. All right, this came with a scoop, so 1 scoop. I'm going to use 30 volume. But I'm going to be very careful, and I'm also going to make sure that when my hair is really starting to lighten that I start to wash it out. So I just use the same scoop, and then you can just wash it out later before you store it in your container. And you want to mix this until it is a decent creamy consistency. I hope my children are not destroying my house as I'm doing this. But I have found that if you're gonna start a YouTube channel, it needs to be as real as possible. And this is real life. There are no filters in real life. There's no perfect sound stage. There are interruptions, and there are kids needing to pee and babies pooping their diapers, and I am just all about being real. So it's a little lumpy, but it's pretty good consistency. Not super runny, just kind of creamy. That's what you want. I am going to say that the way that I do this is that I'm going to take diagonal sections from the bottom because I think I went the other way the last time and it was really difficult for me to do. So when BrittneeAlexus teaches you to do kind of diagonal sections on the sides because it gives more of a balayage look. So that's basically what I'm going to do. All right, let's get started. So kind of got the basic idea. Obviously clips, hairpin curls, definitely. Metal ones help to kind of keep your foils where they need to be, but definitely starting from the bottom. Now here, start from the bottom and then go up. Definitely helps. All right, so I have 7 foils on this side. I eventually got to the point where I could just do them very flat, and I would suggest once you do them very flat, kind of push them down to your head. This lightener says do not apply heat. Do not try to use a hair dryer because it will not distribute the heat evenly. Do not use heat. Heat from your head is enough to process your hair. So now I'm going to do the next side, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to do my part line on the top. All right, so I have 7 over here. I have 6 over here. Not super even, but I swear this side of my hair is thicker than this side. So now I'm going to pop a couple into the back. I'm just going to kind of focus on maybe putting, I don't know, 3 or 4 in the back so that everything looks even, and then I'm going to focus on my part line. Okay, part line, moving right along. Section. And I'm basically I'm gonna do 2 back-to-back foils here because I want this to be kind of like my money piece. So I'm going going to clip this back. And I'm just going to put it on the dark spot, so just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because I don't want to fry off the front of my hair. These pieces around your forehead can be very fragile. Because those are the pieces that are on the outside of your head, so when you're sleeping and it's rubbing up against your pillow, those are the strands that are gonna break off first. So I'm just gonna be very, very gentle here. And just focus on the roots. Remember, always turn your brush this way when you kind of get up to the top. Alright. Done. Time to press the top and the back. I'm not a princess, but I look like an alien. Okay, and we're back, and we are going to check that first foil. So you can see that this is lifting very nicely. It should be a pale yellow. It's kind of dark in my bathroom, so it's kind of hard to see, but it's definitely getting to be like an icy white color. A little bit yellow towards my roots, but that's okay because we are going to tone that. So even up here, this is looking pretty good. It's not yet, it's not like a, you know, yucky yellow color. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start rinsing some of these out. Okay, so here's the finished product. I just got up from a nap because my 18-month-old was up almost all night last night. But basically, I let each section process for about 45 minutes to an hour. I did check the sections to make sure that they were lifting nicely before I rinsed them out. So I kind of rinsed this one out separately, and then I went to this side, and then I waited about another 20 minutes, and I rinsed out everything. I took all the top and the back off, and then I shampooed really well. And then I mixed my purple shampoo, which is Joico purple conditioner, with about half and half with my purple toning mask, which is a very, very dark, heavy toning mask. And I think it did a pretty good job. So I did not have to put any additional toner or harsh chemicals onto my hair. And it really canceled out so much of the yellow and brassiness. I've got a little bit of a honey colored low light going on in there, and I really don't mind that. I think focusing on thinner sections this time really helped because I was taking sections that were too thick before. I was being too stingy with the lightener. I got a little heavy-handed definitely in the front, so as you can see, I'm not happy with these lines of demarcation. So what I will probably do is wait a couple days. Maybe I've got some really heavy brown underneath here. So I might do maybe 1 or 2 more foils in there, wet my hair, and then do a root tap with a dark blonde. The secret to a good root tap is to make sure that your hair is wet, because obviously if your hair is dry, it's going to suck up that color a lot more. And you want it to suck up just enough color to blur those lines. That's what you want. You can always use a toner on the spots that you think are too brassy. I don't think mine looks too bad. So I'm going to skip the toner this time just because I try not to do too many chemical processes on my hair in one day. And the biggest important thing about being blonde and highlighting your hair is that you have to be committed to keeping your hair healthy, okay? You have to ask yourself, would I rather look like Elsa, or would I rather have breakage and split ends and have my hair fall out of my head? I think I'd rather personally have hair, especially in the wintertime. Bald would not be a good look on me. I have this Bond Bar detangling spray that I got at Sally's. They had an awesome discount. This is just a little one. It was $5. It was an awesome sale. They recommended this Ion Smooth Solutions Keratin Smoothing Tonic, and I use this usually on the days that I do heat. Sometimes I put a little bit of it in before I do the heatless curls, just to keep everything kind of nice and smooth, but this has definitely worked wonders with my frizz. So yeah, that's basically the video, and I hope you liked it. Here's the side, here's the side. Not bad for an amateur. And remember, I'm not a professional. That's why I ended up with these. Okay, if you want a professional look, go to a professional. But if you're just a mom like me, who is just a working mom that doesn't have a lot of cash, doesn't have a whole lot going on, doesn't have much of a life lately because she has toddlers, definitely it is worth it to watch the YouTube videos. Practice makes perfect. Keep trying, figure out what works well for your hair, and try to do it yourself. Thanks for watching.